many Lebanese restaurants with some of the world's most mouth-watering dishes. But Lebanese food isn't all the country has to offer. What do you think of when you think of Lebanon?
It's a nice country with a lot of very nice food.
Food, hummus.
Hummus.
Tabbouleh, hummus.
Ice cream.
A lot of colors.
However.
The Middle East is centred on the Arabian Peninsula and is made up of 22 Arab League countries. The terrain varies dramatically and consists of vast stretches of desert, mountains, seacoasts and fertile plains irrigated by grand rivers. It covers a staggering 6 million square miles in total. Lebanon has a very unique geographical location, right at the crossroads of 3 continents. Lebanon is the destination for any tourist seeking breathtaking views of nature, rich historical and archaeological sites, a mixed and vibrant culture, and some of the world's best nightlife. Spread over 10,452 square metres and made up of just over 4 million people from 18 different religious sects. Its scenic mountain ranges and reputation as a booming banking hub is the reason why this small country is referred to as the Switzerland of the Middle East. But you can't mention Lebanon without mentioning its exquisite cuisine, its beautiful women, its amazing entertainers and its world-famous fashion houses such as Elie Saab. So join me, Stephanie Jo Bevington, and let's go discover Lebanon. If, like me, you love to party, then Lebanon's capital and its largest city, Beirut, is where you should start your journey. Once known as the Paris of the Middle East, this cosmopolitan city has been popular with both Arab and European tourists due to its unique geographical location, diverse culture, and amazing climate. In 2009, the New York Times rated Beirut as its #1 destination to travel to. So let's take a look at why Beirut is such a popular hotspot. Beirut is renowned for its press, theatres, cultural activities and nightlife. It is a melting pot of many cultures and shelters an incredible variety of languages, nationalities and religions. Thus, many remarkable contrasts appear in the streets, such as churches and mosques standing side by side. A must-visit in Beirut is the Corniche. This great tourist destination highlights the best features of Beirut, enjoyed by everyone who wants to walk, jog or admire the sunrise and sunsets over the Pigeon Rocks. Most of the people meet here during late afternoon and early evenings for socialising and enjoying the end of the day outdoors. Many local events are organised at the Corniche to offer tourists a taste of the Lebanese culture. Another historical treasure of Lebanon is the Beirut Hippodrome, one of the grandest hippodromes in the Middle Eastern world, and also one of the very few places in the Middle East where you can legally place a bet. Just 18 kilometres outside of Beirut is one of the most visited sites of Lebanon, the Jeta Grotto. The Jeta Grotto is a sprawling cave chamber with 2 galleries and an underground river. Only 600 metres of this is accessible to the public, so make sure you keep this afternoon aside for your visit. Also home to the Middle East's most famous entertainers such as Haifa Webby, Nancy Adram and Rami Ayash, to name a few. But international artists frequently hold concerts in the city that never sleeps. Beirut parties during the day as well as the night, with plenty of beach parties happening throughout the day. Beirut nights are very famous. At sunset, party lights take over. In restaurants, coffee rooms, pubs and clubs, Beirut's nights are bewitching. With soft or crazy music, the orchestras of Jumaisi are wonderfully lit and party all night. Whether you prefer romantic dinners or endless dance nights, delicious cuisine or quick snacks, early to bed or late rising, Beirut lives, dances and sings and laughs at all times. We have a travel expert at hand who will tell you even more about this beautiful city.
Lebanon is a Middle Eastern country with Mediterranean weather and Western atmosphere. That's the best way to describe it. In old days, Beirut, which is the capital, it used to be called the Paris of the Middle East, with its beauty and the structures and the people, the fashion, and actually they used to supply the whole Middle East with new fashion. When it comes to the tours, again, you can start off with the city tour. You get to see the recent history of Lebanon through the civil war. There's still remaining buildings and ruins from that civil war. Again, and how this has been developed into the new downtown Beirut, which is called Solidar. And then you have the tour to Byblos and Harissa. You can combine them together. You start off from Beirut to Harissa, which takes about 30-minute drive, and then from there another 40-minute to Byblos and return back to Beirut. You can do these tours out of Beirut. You don't need to stay in each of these areas. And again, Baalbek is a famous area. You could go up to the mountains and see the skiing lodges, preferably during winter. If you're not into skiing, it has a completely different atmosphere, completely different culture as well. And areas like Tripoli as well, it's a very known. You can visit vineyards as well if you're interested in that.
If you're keen on trying out all this and more, then check out this holiday package. In March, you can fly from London to Beirut and spend 7 fantastic nights in love with this city. Most of these hotels have their own sauna, steam room, fitness centres and outdoor pools. Feel free to give your taste buds an adventure of a lifetime when you dine at the hotel's dining restaurants, where many offer an exclusive buffet breakfast, lunch and an a la carte menu for dinner. From £360 to £490, this holiday package includes return flights, comfortable 4-star accommodation and breakfast each morning. It's a real steal. Travel 21 kilometres north of Beirut and you'll find yourself in a coastal city famous for its seaside resorts and bustling nightlife. An escape to Jounieh may just be one of the most wonderful journeys in your life. The ancient civilization that blends well with modern day living will daze anyone that will come and visit the place. There are chains of adventure and breathtaking sights to explore, making your holiday a superb memory to treasure. If you want to enjoy breathtaking views of Jounieh, then you can take a cable car known as the Teleferique, which transports you more than 600 metres high above sea level to the Our Lady of Lebanon statue. Inside the base of the statue is a chapel, while outside is a curved staircase that leads to the top. If you have a passion for business, then this is a perfect city for you to visit. Trade and commerce is almost everywhere, and people would love to sell you anything from food to souvenir items. The centre of the city is congested with restaurants, boutiques, antique shops and clubs. The nighttime is not totally different from the day, because the streets remain active and crammed with merchants and lots of party people. Moreover, a lot of tourists enjoy kicking back with a few drinks whilst having a barbecue party on the streets. as the sun sets and the daytime charm turns into nighttime glitz. Scores of restaurants, pubs and nightclubs line the Old Baid Road side from Junier northward to Mameltine. Whatever you fancy, from Lebanese cuisine, complemented with Arabic singers and belly dancers, to the fine French fare and European shows, Junier can satisfy your palate and sense of adventure. The area is crowded with fun seekers every night of the week and packed on weekends. The jewel of this area is perched atop a cliff overlooking the bay of Casino de Levant. Another reason why you might want to visit this beautiful city may be because of the famous Junier International Festival. This event takes place in the summer from the 29th of June to the 8th of July and involves many spectacular boat shows, fireworks, car drifting, shows for children, light shows and much more.
With Lebanon, the main thing, the main questions I've been asked is they're a bit confused when it comes to the currency. The Lebanese lira, this is the national currency, but when you're out there, everything is set in US dollars. So you don't need to change into Lebanese lira, you can actually pay everything in US dollars. That's the main question. When it comes to transportation, unlike certain countries in the Middle East, it's very easy to find taxis and you don't have to go through any hassles with them at all.
If you are an energetic party animal, then this package would be your dream holiday. Unfortunately, Beirut is the only place in Lebanon which will provide full holiday packages, so we've broken this Junier trip down into the cheapest possible flights and cheap yet beautiful hotels. We found flights from London to Beirut from as little as £192 per person return in March and April. There are many luxury 5-star resorts with fully air-conditioned rooms and suites with balconies overlooking the Mediterranean Sea. The majority of the 5-star hotels in Junier have their own spas and some even have their own exclusive nightclubs. 7 exhilarating nights at this wonderful place will cost roughly £250 to £300 per person, half board. The total of this package, including flights and luxury accommodation, comes to approximately £520 per person. If rich culture and beautiful landscape get you going, then Byblos is the perfect destination for you. If Beirut is the Paris of the Middle East, then Byblos, some 22 miles up the coastline, is its Cannes. An ancient port framed with pre-Roman ruins, white sandy beaches and cedar-topped mountains. This city is famous for its fish restaurants, which serve up fresh red snapper and sea bass to an international clientele. Party yachts cruise into the spectacular harbour at sundown, docking into old dinghies and wooden fishing boats with names like Taxi Joe. The city's revived nightlife is adding a new dimension to the already powerful lore of its 7,000-year-old history and ruins. Every summer, Byblos plays a host to the Byblos International Festival with major names such as Snow Patrol and BB Kings. Byblos lays claim to being one of the oldest continuously inhabited towns in the world, dating its origins back to 5000 BC, as well as being the birthplace of the modern alphabet. Byblos has emerged as a trendy destination, not just for wealthy Lebanese expatriates, but also for night owls seeking an alternative to the overcrowded clubs and strict door policies of Beirut. Further up the coast, at the Pierre and Friends, a tiki-style bar of thatched bamboo nestled beneath a steep embankment. Waves crash against the narrow stretch of rocky sand as a 30-something crowd snaps photos and sips bottles of Almaza, a Lebanese beer. But partying and history is not all there is to Lebanon.
Good thing about Lebanon, which is people might not think of it straight away, is that during winter you can actually ski in the Middle East. Up in the mountains, they have beautiful skiing lodges out there, and the scenery is beautiful.
cheapest time to fly to Beirut is March, where you can get flights from as little as £192 per person. There are various 4 to 5-star hotels with very large guest rooms, fantastic dining options, their own spas and great sea views. For 7 nights at the beautiful Byblos, you're looking at spending around £330 to £500 per person. You can get direct flights from London to Beirut and accommodation from £522 per person.
Lebanon, it's a typical Mediterranean country with a Middle Eastern culture to it. The weather is, during summer, it's very nice, humid weather where temperatures up to 35 degrees. During autumn and winter, you tend to get the raining season, temperatures drop to a minimum of 9 degrees. Culture, the Lebanese people are very welcoming. They are slightly mixed with the French and the Italian cultures, depending on which area you visit. And again, but their roots are mainly Arabian, Middle Eastern culture. When it comes to tours, you have the Roman and the Phoenician history throughout Lebanon, and nightlife, purely clubs and cafes, Lebanese cafes.
We hope you've enjoyed discovering Lebanon with us and finding out all about the amazing hidden jewels this beautiful country has to offer. In the meantime, I've been playing some of your exciting photos of your Lebanese adventures. Next week, I'll be discovering UAE, so make sure you come and join us the same place and the same time. And remember, if you have any photos you'd like to share with us, then please send them in at stephanie@levant.tv. Until then, see you next week.